We begin with the lead block. Akbar, this is what we call juice, okay? We got some juice because there's a game being played tonight. Football has not been played since February 11th. It's happening. It's a long drought, but it ends with the Hall of Fame game between the Texans and the Bears. Kicks off tonight, Canton, Ohio. No C.J. Stroud. Caleb Williams not expected to suit up either. However, both teams are grabbing headlines as we head into the season. Naturally, those two quarterbacks, the names, the personalities, the potential skill level for the rookie quarterback, it's a lot to talk about. Yeah. But, Peter, the question becomes, which team is more captivating to you?
You asked me this last year, Jamie, I would have said neither team really does much, and I think it's interesting to see what Justin Fields does, and the Texans are going to be way back there, and they're a year away. Both of these teams are Super Bowl contenders right now, and if you're listening to the hype on the Texans, I think we're talking about a Super Bowl favorite if it's not the Chiefs. That's how much hype they're getting. Okay. But the Bears is who I'm going to be looking at right now because the Bears are captivating. The Bears are a team that we haven't had legitimate thoughts like this in years, in a really long time. And now they've put all the pieces together, and I think this is night one of what's going to be an August mint for the Chicago Bears. It starts with the Hall of Fame game. We're just going to get a little touch of it, a little bit of the nostalgia. And then on Saturday, we're going to have the Hall of Fame where we're going to see Devin Hester inducted into the Hall of Fame. And then we get Hard Knocks on Tuesday. And then every Tuesday, every week, we're going to get more and more of the Bears. I'll tell you this, the Chicago Bears have so much buzz, so much excitement right now that Kyle, as someone who grew up in Chicago, I can't even imagine you wearing a Jets jersey next to me.
I know.
Because this is Bears time, and it's finally here, and I feel like it's real. Caleb Williams is the real deal.
Not only a Jets jersey, a Jets Aaron Rodgers jersey. I'm wearing the Jets Aaron Rodgers jersey because Peter and I are introducing the show in New York, so I wanted to commemorate that. But I really wish I was in Chicago. And my advice to Chicago Bears fans tonight watching this, enjoy tonight. Enjoy. And I'm going to tell you how and why. It's going to be in the high 70s, all right? It's going to be a little summer rain outside tonight. I want you to order some food. I want you to open some wine or whatever you like to make yourself feel good. And just soak it in. I want you to feel tonight like Caleb when he took the stage back in Detroit and was screaming this guttural scream that he was becoming a Chicago Bear. This is how I want you to feel in your living right now. Woo! For the Hall of Fame game! And just soak this in because the Chicago Bears, listen to these words, the Chicago Bears are the cool team. I don't know if they're the good team yet, but they're the exciting team. They're the it team. You got the new young players. You have the up-and-coming players. You just paid a Chicago Bears wide receiver the biggest contract in team history. Enjoy it. It is going to be a 4-quarter Chicago Bears infomercial. Joe Buck and Troy Aikman are going to be gushing about Caleb Williams, his arsenal of weapons, and then Troy's going to remind you, Joe, I got to tell you, I like this defense a lot, and he's right. He should like the defense. Hester's going in the Hall of Fame. It's going to be a love fest, and you've earned it. Enjoy it through the frustration of the Fields era, the disappointment of the Matt Nagy era. This is the new era. Listen to me. The White Sox are 40 games out of first place. 40! The Cubs are the Cubs. The Bulls are nothing. The Blackhawks were terrible. But the damn Bears are loaded. They matter. Is it going to work out? Are they going to win a whole bunch of games? I don't know. You don't know. They don't know. But what I do know today, my friends, is that tonight is a hell of a night to be a Chicago Bears fans. And how many times can you say that in the last 10 years? Enjoy it. You've earned it. Bear down.
And that's the beauty of tonight, because there's no pessimism yet.
No.
It's all optimism. That's why we do this. It's August. It's like, this is the Jets last year. Guys, Hard Knocks, Hall of Fame game. And now the Jets didn't go as they should have planned. The Bears, though, they have optimism. Kyle, I'll ask you one more question before we go back to the table in L.A. You did mention the defense. I haven't said a word about the Bears' defense this entire summer as we've been talking about all this hype. Is the defense up to snuff? We know the offense added all the pieces.
I don't think a lot of people watched a lot of Chicago Bears football during the last month. There was not a hotter defense in the NFL. That secondary had the best finish to a season since the Legion of Boom. They have Montez Sweat. They have this and this and this. The defense was fantastic last year, and the offense kept messing it up. Not anymore, my friends. Not anymore. Bear down. Back to L.A.
Wow, bear down.
We're going to try to avoid this happening, but all of a sudden it seems like now we have to come to the defense of the Houston Texans because the people in that room in New York with the New York jerseys on, ironically, have come to the defense of the Bears this offseason, hyping up the Hall of Fame game tonight.
Yeah.
Please speak on the Texans.
Well,
Help them
look,
out.
I think the more captivating team is the Texans. I mean, for sure. I mean, because they've done something. We know what they've done. The proof is in what they did last year. Let me walk you back, especially you, Kyle, since you have the Aaron Rodgers jersey on. I bought into the hype. I love football, all right? And I remember hearing all of the hype. Aaron Rodgers, yeah, he's gonna change New York, and they're gonna build him a tower. And I flew my butt out from the West Coast to the East Coast. I'd never played in this stadium. I've never been to the stadium. I wanted to see Aaron Rodgers with my own eyes. And then, of course, the whole world go, what happened? What happened? Oh, my gosh, he's hurt. He's out for the season. Let me tell you, the stadium, the energy was lost in that stadium. Everybody was in shock, right? Everybody died just of shock in that stadium. And that's because they didn't have a good understanding. Why am I bringing Aaron Rodgers up? I'm bringing Aaron Rodgers up because the preseason is a valuable time to understand what's really holding up the team. Look, I was a role player, so I understand the role players those are the people who hold up the team. So when I'm watching this game, I know what C.J. Stroud can do. I know what Joe Mixon can do. I'm excited about those guys. I'm excited about a Stephon Diggs. But you know who a lot of people don't know about? The guy backing up C.J. Stroud. God forbid, I rebuke in the name of the Lord. I rebuke C.J. Stroud from being injured this season. But if that does happen, Case Keenum is backing up C.J. Stroud. And I've watched this young man since he was in college. I called several of his college games in college. And let me tell you, Case Keenum is a baller. Let me take you back to when Case Keenum, back in 2021, when Baker Mayfield got hurt. He came in, stepped in, boom, 2-0. You remember? Let's go back a little further back when he was with the Vikings in 2017. People go, who's Case Keenum? I'll tell you who Case Keenum is. He's a baller. The dude went 11-3 in Minnesota. So I'm telling you, when I watch this game, I'm watching for Case Keenum. I know it's a preseason game, the Hall of Fame game, and all the pageantry stuff. But Case Keenum, if he goes out there and has a great preseason game, we're in good hands. That is insurance. This is not an insurance commercial, but he's in good hands, or the Texans are in good hands.
No, apparently it's a Case Keenum commercial. Let me tell you. Let me ask you a question, Akbar.
Yes.
You've got the number 2 draft pick from last year up on the screen behind you. You have the number 1 pick from this year. And 9 minutes into Good Morning Football presented by the Farmer's Dog, we've got Case Keenum highlights. Peter Schrager, I know that fires you up. Let me I'll take you back to the offseason, too, because to me, the Hall of Fame game is about who won in terms of headlines. I had a baby on March 30th. My first tweet I ever put up after I had this baby, my third child, my house is absolutely insane. It was the Stephon Diggs trade. Nick Caserio and D'Amico Ryans are still out here big mad that they didn't win the awards. As you talk about people dying of shock, I did when these two didn't walk away with these awards in 2023 in Vegas. So they are going to shove it down our throats. They have Stephon Diggs on the roster now, and I didn't hate it. You would think I was delusional with lack of sleep 3 days after having my third child. I was not. I still stand by this tweet.
Okay.
And I'm excited to see the Texans. But frankly, it does feel good to have 2 teams and jerseys that we're so fired up about, even to the depth of the Case Keenum backup quarterback scenario. Akbar, honestly, you sold me. I was worried that we were going to have no juice at the quarterback spot. And here we are talking about Case Keenum.
Case Keenum.
Keenum.
He's still alive.
I could hear Peter just getting increasingly fired up about the Case Keenum highlights. We're going to hear from
loved
you.
it.
He loved it. He loved it. I know Peter well enough.
Peter gets pissed off about Executive of the Year snubs.
I do. I like that tweet you had 3 days after giving birth to a child, tweeting about the Houston Texans and the NFL honors. Jamie, you are football through and through. Football is family.
That's exactly